Anyway, we, as promised, it's our anniversary show, and what we thought we would do is take you back to a time when nobody listened. But then again, who does now?
Oh, yes.
Nobody. But if anybody is listening, you're going to be treated now to the dulcet tones of us from October 2014, when we just did this for a lark. When we just decided one day that we'll all just do a show. That's kind of what it was, wasn't it?
That's what it was. We decided one day, you know what?
It started as a joke because he was saying like Monty and the Beef. That's kind of that's how it started, really, wasn't it? We were just sort of like, can you imagine if we had a radio show?
Yeah, and then got a hand.
And then it got it, and here we are
And
now,
that has
still
become
doing
what
it.
this is.
I think it's amazing that we've actually kept it up.
I don't know how.
Yeah.
All the number of blogs and stuff that I've done, I've given up on after like 2 posts. So I've actually managed to do a show. It's like nearly done 100 episodes of.
Yeah.
Collectively.
Because we love nothing more than spouting shit.
Even on the Thursdays when we've come in after like heavy nights out and still done this show.
Yeah. It's life now. This is us.
Yeah,
this is us.
I
don't know my weeks, Thursdays.
It's all for the nookie.
Yeah. Do it for the bands.
How much nookie have you got as a result of doing this show?
Tons
Tons.
of nookie.
So do you just stride up to women and say, out of the film show?
Is that what you think nookie is?
You've done that before.
I've done that quite a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Not to women, just to people who I wanted to come on the show.
I've never ever done it, and you've done it more than anyone.
I've never gone up to a random woman and said, "Hey, lass, I do the film show."
No,
I've done it to people that I want to come on the show before.
What you start with is what's your top 10, and then you go, I like what you're seeing.
I like what you got.
Do you like audition them first?
I like what you got. No, that was in the Wolsey that time when I was like, we're getting like a proper heated discussion about what the top 10 are.
You've not just in the Wolsey, you've said it in basement, and yeah.
Oh God.
You said it on night out.
Cringe anarchy. Right.
Yeah. Anyway. So, shall we just do it?
Yeah, but we'll somehow keep going.
See, the thing is,
we're brilliant.
I don't know what point it started being cringy, because I remember when we first did the show, I was actually quite proud of it.
Yeah.
But
we should be. It's really forced. So let's laugh at it.
Yep. It was back. I remember we actually like stopped the show because it was like an in joke or something.
Yeah.
And we kind of go
Too
should we
enjoy.
keep that in as a bit enjoy. But now it's just like, you know what?
Nah, fuck it.
Sod it. I said sod. You said that. But
when it's our actual podcast anniversary, we'll have to look at all the crap stuff. Well, all the highlights.
Yeah. It's a shame we don't do the podcast anymore because I quite like that we just sort of unleash.
Yeah.
But
This is the podcast.
we
can still unleash.
Yeah.
I'm unleashed.
I'm unleashed.
Joe's done his fly.
He's took his clothes off and he's on the bed.
he's greasing himself up. Anyway. Okay.
Good to be back.
This is it. We're not gonna listen to much, I don't think, because it's quite a long show. I'm actually surprised how long it is. It's nearly an hour and a half.
Ooh. Extra long.
Topics included Gone Girl, I think was one of the things.
Yep.
That was the
Teenage
big thing.
Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I remember you had a big speech prepared about Fincher. I remember you had like a big sort of block of stuff.
All of it was scripted, pretty much. Pretty much all of it.
But I think most famous that episode was the whole Ghostbusters thing. The fact that the film news for that week was the fact that they were going to make a female Ghostbusters. Here we are now, and they've actually made it, and it's out next 2 weeks. Damn, that makes us feel really old.
Damn, Daniel.
Damn, film show. Let's listen.
So that means they've made a film in almost 2 years.
Yeah, like a year and a half.
Good for films. Not good for Ghostbusters.
No, but let's just do it. Let's just
jump into it.
If there's anything you want us to pause at that we can discuss and then flag up, right? Ready?
Feel free to do that yourself as well.
Okay. Well, I've got the mouse, so I will.
That's true.
Here it is.
Welcome to the film show with Liam, Ryan, and Joe.
First of all, why am I going welcome to the film show, Liam, Ryan, and Joe, as if it's like a really good rhyming scheme?
It was pretty. Like, I remember when we said it's like, alright, yeah, we'll just use that name, but it'll be a placeholder for now. We'll we'll just we'll think of a better name.
One of my, because I thought we'd try and link it to films somehow, and like do like a film pun, and like, the one idea I had was calling it the Podfather. Just think like podcast Godfather.
Physically,
I've since found out there is already a podcast called The Podfather, and it is a terrible name. So
I think Final Cut.
Director's Cut. I think that whoever made the name Director's Cut, I like that. Well, I wish we'd still. I wish we thought of that. Okay, let's just keep listening now, because this is gold. This is absolute gold.
A title's so contrived, it's pretty much postmodern, and it rhymes.
Yes, it does.
If I said that now, you guys would just like burst out laughing. But you actually let me say that. You actually let me say that.
Welcome aboard.
The idea was to do like catchphrases, wasn't it?
Yeah,
like,
it was. I did like a mock the week run down the week after, like stupid as fuck.
It was really weird.
It was bad.
Just listen to after the catchphrase as well.
Welcome to the film show with Liam, Ryan, and Joe. A title so contrived, it's pretty much postmodern, and it rhymes, and that always helps. Would you agree?
Yeah. See, I think even now you can kind of hear me regret when you say that.
Yeah. The enthusiasm levels were on an
Yep.
all-time high. We were so excited to do this. The goal.
Getting behind you right from the start.
I mean, the goal here was because we had a Spark meeting, didn't we? And they were saying like we're going to start doing podcasts, which never happened. But and we submitted this, and we never heard back. And we just presumed it was because it was terrible. But then we just thought, you know what, it's fun. We'll keep doing it, and we did. And then we were like, you know what, sod Spark. And then eventually it got to the point where we're like, actually, we're doing this for a bit of pointless reason. We'll actually try and get Spark on board, and maybe they can help us out. And they did. So fair play.
Fair play, lads and lasses.
It took a while. But
gentlemen.
I did genuinely think for a long time, you know what, we don't need Spark. We've got We Are the Film Show, and then we realised like it's not going to get us anywhere. Nobody cares.
We
about
are Spark though.
Everyone does a podcast these days.
Everyone.
Yeah, and if it's not a podcast, it's bloody Vine, and everyone's doing their Vines these days.
Everyone's doing Vinings.
Everyone's
Kids
doing
on
their
the
own.
Doing Instagramming.
Those bloody VHS tapes that you keep.
Oh God.
Let's listen on.
First of all, I'm Liam Milburn.
Yeah.
Today I'll be reviewing Northern Soul and Harmontown.
Really? Like, you know, we didn't even do Harmontown. We actually left it out.
Oh God, I hear that was set the agenda like this.
You won't have heard of that, but you will have by the end of today's show, so
No, you won't have. Didn't do it.
stick around.
Stick around, please.
Stick around. Stick.
Welcome aboard.
Stick around. Welcome aboard.
Right.
With us, Ryan Monty. How are you doing today, Ryan?
I'm very good. Yes.
What will you
You sound fairly enthusiastic.
I do, yeah.
I think you raised the levels at least.
be talking about today?
Today I will be reviewing Gone Girl and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I will be taking a big role in the features later on.
Ooh.
Can you give us a little teaser about that?
Get you!
So formal.
A big role in the features. Oh God, how have I regressed since then? Oh God.
I think you at least sound the sort of same level of chirpiness as you do now.
Yeah.
Oh.
God.
This
Big role.
is going to be exciting. I want to hear what Joe has to say.
It's going to be energetic.
And just a word of warning.
Just play it.
If it gets too heated or you go on too long, I can just fade you off.
I wouldn't expect no less.
My finger, it's on there now.
I would expect no less. Don't worry.
Okay. And of course, Joseph Mendonca.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm
That's what his
voice actually broke as he said
That's what
it.
his voice sounded like before he drank all the vodka.
very good.
What will you be talking about today?
I will be reviewing 71, which was a very, very good film, I thought. And I'll be involved in some of the other things we'll be talking about today, especially the cult film aspect, which is Fucking later hell. on, which will be very good.
Yeah, we're looking forward to
Cult
that.
film
So
aspect.
I think we should just go straight into a review.
Right.
I hate all this formality. You can just tell them
Yeah.
I'm a peacock captain. You gotta let me fly.
I think this is what we thought Spark wanted us to do. We thought like they want us to do a really formal, like sort of information based podcast,
Fuck.
and that's kind of what we did. It's just so boring. If you listen carefully to this, because I'm sure you can hear the click, because like back in the day we didn't used to like edit it like this where it's like all different layers and stuff. It was like we would stop recording and we'd start recording again. And remember how I used to have to go like through and like delete the click sounds.
Oh yeah, all the time.
I don't think we did it in the first one, so you might be able to hear the click.
We're going to start with the month's biggest film, would you say?
Yeah.
I'd say that's pretty
It's
fair.
taken the most money, so we're going to call it
Yeah.
the biggest film of the month. And that is over to Mr. Ryan Monty.
Ah, there it is.
Right,
There it
so
is.
Gone Girl, it's a film directed by David Fincher. He's got a glittering CV, which includes things like The Curious Case of Benjamin Button.
What the fuck? He's got a glittering CV, and you start with Benjamin Button.
The funny thing is, like,
Why did it start with Benjamin Button?
I remember that
I'd seen Zodiac
think-
and Seven by then.
I think we realised this must have been about take 10 or something, because I think you had a whole script that was like worse than this, and it was something like the name David Fincher always adds a lot of star power to everything he makes. It was something like that. Do you remember that? It was something really processed like that.
Oh,
And I remember
God.
we tried it over and over again, but like it doesn't really sound right. And then I guess that was why, because it was
This was the best attempt we had. Oh god.
Let's see if
Let's see if this gets any better.
Curious Case of Benjamin Button, Alien 3, of course, masterpiece.
Do you want to mention Alien 3?
I think you might have done actually.
If I mention that instead of Zodiac and 7, I'm just going to commit. 7, The Social Network, the criminally underrated Alien 3, Zodiac, some episodes of House of Cards on TV, and of course Fight Club. It sort of gives you a real...
Oh, you can hear you reading it out. It's like, and Fight Club.
It
Full
sort of
stop.
gives you a reason. Oh, God. Indicator of quality when it's got his name attached to
That's
it,
it,
because every
yeah.
time he steps into the director's chair, it's got a real, you feel like he's going to make something special, even though he does have some hit and misses like a lot of directors. It's adapted from Gillian Flynn's novel with the same name, and she writes the screenplay for it, and she does it pretty successfully, as I'll get to. The story centres on Nick Dunn, a husband who discovers on the morning of his 5th I wedding could listen to a anniversary minute more of this, that his like, wife I'm has gonna gone skip to the missing, next review, who's called Amy Elliott Dunn. As the days pass, the media and the police... I'm just
You're literally reading off of your... You're literally reading... It's like an audiobook.
Yeah.
It's like an audiobook.
Amy is a girl from America.
Amy is a psycho bitch. No.
Oh, so amazing. Alright,
Okay.
keep going.
We're going to keep
We'll
going.
do about
Start
30
to get a bit
seconds more, then
suspicious
we'll
about
skip to the
him.
review
Get
after
deeper
that. The mystery, as Nick himself comes into the fire. She's done brilliantly, Gillian Flynn, with the adaptation. It's got crisp dialogue, it's got multi-layered characters that complement some extremely smart storytelling, with a plot that keeps you second-guessing most details within It's like
it,
I'm reading off Rotten
and the intentions
Tomatoes.
of each character. It does sound like it could be like a synopsis.
Skip to the end of the review, I want to see the next link. I want to hear the next link.
I don't know how long it is, I haven't actually listened back to this at all.
True.
We know that.
But this could be the start of it. I mean, DC have got their big 10 films coming up.
I think this is film news.
Alright, go back to the end of the review.
I like Ben Affleck.
See, he's got the chiseled hero look, hasn't he? I mean, the jaw. He's got the the hair. The Batman. I mean, but when everyone, I say about not everyone, but 90% of the people when they
Not
saw
everyone.
Ben Affleck was cast as Batman, they groaned.
Did you hear that?
Oh yeah, that was tragic.
Presumably you said something
Yeah.
like slightly wrong. We went, oh no, we've got to get rid of that, and we did, and then
Yeah.
the click.
Just go a little forward. They groaned. Okay, people respect Ben Affleck, I think, but his acting, it's very polarizing. That's all I'm saying. And when he was cast as Batman, people did groan. And let's go back through history. The last Batman, very recent Batman. So when Batman vs Superman comes out, it's only been 4 years since The Dark Knight Rises. Christian Bale, great Batman. Probably the second best Bruce Wayne, only after George Clooney. But let's forget what his Batman was like. But he was a good Batman. He was brooding. And then we've got Ben Affleck. But Christian Bale was believable. By The Dark Knight Rises, he was a ragged character. He was really, really down on his luck. But then you look at Ben Affleck with those chiseled looks. The perfect everything. The perfect I'm enigma. just talking Ben Affleck up here, like.
I think you're hitting on him.
You might as well be sucking his dick. Like, you know what I mean?
Alright, skip on a bit. See what else I we just talking don't about think film people
news?
like him as movie.
There's been reports of breakups after these
Yeah,
kind
there's
of...
Really?
Yeah. We're still talking about Gone Girl.
Are we?
Yeah, because
Oh.
the DC thing was also because of Batman. Like,
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
We must have spent ages talking about it.
All of the characters, yeah, some of them are very, very nuanced.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't know if you want to root for them or not. There's one particularly, a teenage actor. I can't particularly remember his name, but he is very good. He doesn't have that much dialogue, but he's very impressive. I thought he was.
And I remember an interview with the director, Jan. He said...
Right, this is 71. This would have been Joe reviewing it.
Oh yeah, go back to the start when I hear this. Be that one film.
But the Willow friends have taken a...
Eden Joe.
Yep, Gone Girl. What should we do next? Joe?
71?
Let's do 71.
71, yep. The new
We actually knew what we were doing back then, so
We
it's
knew
kind of
what we
like,
were
right, we're
doing,
going to this
yeah.
bit next.
film by Jan de Mange, is it? Yeah, Jan de Mange.
Oh, it's Demont.
We spent ages
We
trying to
spent
find...
quite a
we
while
spent
trying to
ages
figure this
find
out. Yeah.
Demange. He said it was French, so it was, it's Demange. Either way, it doesn't matter because I think it's a fantastic debut film. It really was. The director, I think he's only done like a bunch of short films and Dead Set and Top Boy for TV.
A very impressive series by Charlie Brooker, Dead Set.
Yeah, fantastic.
man, it's
And
just
It's boring,
It's
isn't
just so fun. It's like a Sunday special. It's like, yeah.
the basics is it stars Jack O'Connell as a soldier who gets sent into Belfast, obviously during 71, the big troubles in Northern
yes.
Ireland. And
the big troubles in Little
big
Ireland.
it's just like you're batting us up everyone, and it's just because of trouble. Yeah. There's a big scene. What happens? Obviously, I can't really get into it. And I'll just say there's a riot, and he gets stuck in Belfast at night, and it is a What else has he
That's
been?
all
His
fair enough.
Skins recently starred up. That was
All of the characters, yeah, some of them are very.
amps up the tension on so many parts. And I mentioned this about near the end of the film as well. It's got tons of shots because
Your mic's way too hard. I'm just like, it's just so it's so distorted. I don't think I could mix properly back then.
it's obviously set during night. Like I said before, he gets stuck there after the kind of riot that happens, and everybody's kind of after him. Obviously, being a British soldier, and quite possibly the worst place at the worst time to be a British soldier.
Should we move on?
Yeah. Say what the review is.
Interested in doing it. Bill Murray wants nothing to do with it.
Oh, here we go.
You never had weird loving?
What?
I absolutely love films set in a day or one night. I'm addicted to them. And another underrated one for anybody listening, Martin
Because
Scorsese.
they feel quite episodic, don't they?
Yeah,
You know, like they're part of
Don't they?
don't they?
Oh, yeah.
Longer
they?
story.
Martin Scorsese's After Hours.
So kind of each
A
other.
very underrated.
I think that's one of the.
Yeah, it's the fact that we're all so nice to each other. We're actually like sort of, we're not tripping each other over or anything. We're just
No.
like sort of helping each other, like getting through it. And like,
Like frightened children.
yeah, I think we were scared it was gonna go really bad. And
Little films I haven't seen that is.
Honestly,
Uh-huh.
that and King, like you've seen King of Comedy.
Yes, I have seen King Comedy.
Like, because that's the thing I love about Scorsese.
Yeah, that's a lie.
That's a straight up lie.
He's got loads of awesome, like absolutely amazing big films, but then even these little ones are still
Yeah.
just underrated gems. They really are.
Little underrated gem.
That wasn't it. That wasn't really an in joke at the time, though, was
That
it?
wasn't a thing at the time.
Wasn't a thing.
Underrated.
Did I create underrated gem?
You are Circle Jerk.
I think
You've
you
made it.
are the circle jerk.
I
mate.
created the meme.
I am glad to see on an offshoot, a quick offshoot. I am glad to see that Scorsese is doing a little bit better because he looked quite ill in photos last month,
Yeah.
and he seems okay now.
He did that big speech at NY.
Thinking of you, Marty.
He did
Well,
look quite
that's
ill.
Fantastic.
I remember that.
So it's good to see him.
Yes, that was 71.
71. So you go see it. Should we take a break from the reviews and go straight into some film news?
Yes.
Ryan, Ghostbusters.
Yep. I love that the yes.
This is the news that Ghostbusters is being rebooted with an all-female cast directed by Paul Feig of Bridesmaids and The Heat. They've tried to do a remake in the past, but only Dan Aykroyd is interested in doing it. Bill Murray wants nothing to do with it. And obviously, sadly, Harold Ramis passed away this year. So Paul Feig's take.
Hang on, was that in here or was that part of the show?
That was part of the show.
That's part of the show. Where someone did a sniff.
Presumably Joe did a sniff.
Oh,
In the chair.
It's his
And he
thing.
wants a
He
very
sniffs when someone
funny
dies.
female
That
cast.
doesn't sound right.
Ryan is bubbling in the corner over there.
this was a hell of a rant.
Ryan,
this was one hell of a
actually, I'm
rant.
going to ask Joe first. Joe, what do you think of the news?
To be honest, I'm not really a big Ghostbusters fan, so I don't actually
No?
care that much. But Ryan, I'm assuming, loves Ghostbusters because he's
See, I-
fuming.
I
See,
was-
it's
You're
not one of my favourite films, but as you'll see,
fuming?
I'll let you talk first.
I only watched it last night.
I mean,
I watched it for the
Was
first
that your first viewing?
that
Was
was
that your
the
first viewing of
time I watched it last
Incredible.
night.
So just so you know, all of us have films we haven't seen.
We've got to justify here that
Incredible.
we've not all seen everything right.
Incredible. Seen.
Yeah.
Okay, but Liam has no childhood just to an extent that he hasn't seen this or Jurassic Park.
That's brutal.
Savagery, like.
Wow.
I'm getting
Don't
there, I'm getting
judge him.
Judge me all you want. In fact, I haven't even
But
mentioned
we've
this
all
yet.
seen films we haven't seen. I haven't seen Lord of the Rings. You know,
If you want to get in
etc..
contact with the show,
Nobody did.
you can tweet us at LRJ
Nobody does even now, actually. So it doesn't
Nobody
make a
does.
difference.
Nobody
Film
does.
show.
Or if you just want to shout bile at us or you disagree with us, do the same.
If you can email
People do that though.
People do that.
Yeah.
Do that quite a lot. It
us
hurts our feelings.
at lrjfilmshow@gmail.com, or you can come and shout at me in person at Sunderland University.
I didn't think so many people would
Yeah.
take us up on that offer.
Surprising that many people found you.
Yeah.
I'm always about.
Because I'm always about. That's it. I'm always about. Simple as.
Because you're a student.
Please, I'm gonna, as I say, I'm gonna put my finger on the fader. If you get too loud, too ranty, or at all inappropriate, you're going off. Bear that in mind. As I say, Ryan, what do you think of the news about Ghostbusters?
Right. The overly politically correct.
He's like, right,
Jesus.
here we go.
Right.
Here it is.
For you, man.
Filibuster.
Correct brigade has to stop.
When we did this, I was kind of like, is this gonna sound sexist?
It didn't.
I don't know. Like,
Nah.
I don't think it was. I was concerned though that it might have just derailed somewhere. I don't think it did, but you know.
Okay. This is getting louder, and it really, really worries me. Okay?
Right.
This whole Ghostbusters 3 news has really, really irritated me to an extent that I wanted to shout about this to everybody. Okay? It strikes me as a decision that's purely geared towards saying, oh, look how progressive we are. It's a publicity stunt. That's all it is. Okay? Now, I want to say that I have no problems having strong, empowering female characters on TV and in film.
Ooh.
I want to see more of them, okay?
Oh,
They are some of
bet
the
you
best
fucking
characters
do.
ever made.
This
okay?
is horrible.
And look at and for younger people as well, for teenagers, for the people who are most, they will take the template for these characters. People like Black Widow in the Marvel films, a strong character can more than hold their own to the actual superpowered people. There should be characters on TV and film that cover every facet of who we are as people, not just about sex or race, the colour of your skin. It should be about your personality, your conscience.
Martin Luther King Jr. over here.
3D5 me. Oh,
Ryan
God.
had a dream, bloody hell.
Oh, dear me. Dearie me.
Oh, God.
Who you are. The move to make Ghostbusters 3 all female just shouts to me that it's incredibly desperate and an empty gesture to try and get some positive publicity for a project that's been in development hell for over a decade now, well over a decade. It's alienated long-time fans of the franchise. I'm not one of them.
It's so obvious that I'm reading off a script.
Yep.
It's so obvious.
Yep.
I love Ghostbusters. It's it's one of the classic films of the time. It's perfect in every way. I'm not going to have anywhere near my top.
What?
one of the classic films.
Of all time.
Oh, it's not though, is
Perfect in every way.
it? It's really not though, is it? Like,
No, it's not.
it's
no.
not
It's fine. Like,
list of films, but it's Ghostbusters.
I just quickly cut in that. You know Ron Jeremy's in it.
Ron
See
Jeremy's in Ghostbusters.
Ron Jeremy is in Ghostbusters.
Incredible.
It's a crowd scene, isn't it?
It's the crowd scene, and I think it's when the ghosts all get released, and like he's behind the police barrier, and
Does he
he's
get
just like,
slimed?
no, he's in there for like
Oh.
barely a second. But I'm just saying Ron
You learn
Jeremy's in it.
something new every day.
I'm
on
just
this
saying
show.
Ron Jeremy's in it. Continue.
Thanks for that sidecar, Joe. It strikes.
let's just skip it
Could
on
never
a bit.
truly be continued.
I think it gets quite ranty. It's
Does
like it's like this is where the rant
Oh,
was.
God.
This is where the rant was born.
It should. They're not doing that. Instead, they're rebooting the entire thing. There's going to be only very loose ties to the first and the second film. Instead of continuing it with what should have happened. That's what should have happened. There should have been a continuation. The original cast didn't need to be in it.
Alright.
You tell them. You tell them.
I'm such a knight for the goodness of mankind, aren't I?
Right, I've skipped down a bit more.
Yeah.
I'm sure a female
You're still going on about it.
going on.
It's been about 10 minutes so far.
I don't know, like.
If
No,
you want
it's
to
worth
know
it.
more about Satan Tango, it's worth a Google. Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously,
Satan
watch
Tango.
it. Bellatar. Love these films. Fantastic.
Cheers, Joe.
I'm gonna try and stick up for Ghostbusters now and Paul Feig.
Oh no, we're still talking about it. And that's
Please
my,
do.
That's my
Um,
defense.
I agree in the most part that it's iconic characters and an iconic film. Last night I watched Bridesmaids.
On top of Ghostbusters.
Watched Ghostbusters then
Strikes us
Bridesmaids
as fun.
because I wanted to kind of see what kind of stuff Paul Feig could do with it. And it's also worth mentioning that he's doing a female sort of Bond comedy
That's Spy, isn't it?
That's Spy.
next year.
But I must stress, is that a new character?
It is.
And that's no problem then.
But I'm sure there'll be like Bond.
Look, maybe the
like,
authority on
references
this,
and-
like.
Okay, that's a parody.
and-
So what?
parody of some sort, yeah. I suppose.
Power to him.
Power to Paul Feig.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
man.
I didn't hate Bridesmaids.
I don't care. Let's move it on. What else did we talk about? Gone Girl 71. What was it?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh yeah, Turtles would have been good.
Well, there's a torture scene involving a
But
spoon.
it was talked about so much.
That's kind of the
It
problem.
was so talked about.
People
Utopia. The first show we talked about Utopia USA,
Oh.
which didn't
yes.
happen, which obviously
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
happen in the end.
I haven't seen it myself, but you said it relied on a lot on nostalgia.
Yeah.
Do you think it was rose tinted at all, or I haven't seen it myself.
I wouldn't say rose tinted because it does get quite
I
dark.
mean, nostalgia
Oh,
does
yeah.
have quite a lot of rose tinted
Like, it-
qualities to
I
it.
think it's good nostalgia, not the everything
is
was
this
great back then.
I think it's Northern Soul.
Oh, maybe.
Nostalgia.
Oh, yeah.
No, it does show the grimness of it, but
There will be
like-
points in the film when people who are watching it will just be like, oh, that was just
yeah,
that reminds me of that time when like the unmarked records.
Yeah, yeah.
They go searching for a record that's unmarked by the DJ who did it. And it
I feel like we sort of got into a groove as the show went
Yeah,
on.
as we do. Yeah,
Yeah.
give us credit.
Yeah.
Fair play, lads.
Well
must
done.
just be so good. I mean, for me, the big thing is it made me kind of jealous
Yeah.
that they have an era.
And I've said this a lot of times since, haven't I?
You said that
There's-
quite a
there's-
lot.
There's not a lot of going on in our era. Where
Really?
there
was people we could belong to something. I think now
you've got a
there's not
point.
really
They were
any
like
kind of groups
sex,
you can belong
drugs, and
to
rock and
feel
roll,
like-
and now
Is this a
we're
debate
for another Sun, Sea, and suspicious Snapchat.
Just gonna move that on then.
Doing all-nighter at the Tyneside Cinema in Newcastle last
an
week.
all night.
And that was 4 cult classic films all through the night.
What was it? It started 11:15 and then the 10 to 8.
10 to 8,
we got
yes.
out of there 10 to 8.
So it was The Big Lebowski, Brazil, and then it was
Drive,
and then Pretty in Pink. And believe it or not, we all stayed awake for it.
Well,
So hear about that on Friday.
I fell asleep during Pretty in Pink, but
On and off at the beginning, and then all the way through it, I was fine, I guess.
So let's go.
Click.
What's this review?
Clickety clack.
But the final part of the show, and this is Screen 101. We've all seen Room 101.
What?
Yeah.
We were gonna do this.
I don't Screen 101.
This was an idea.
I like Room 1. Oh,
Yeah.
God, Titanic.
Yeah.
We did Titanic, didn't we? Oh.
A film that had no emotional connection
Oh, yeah,
to
yeah.
whatsoever. but
I want to hear Joe stick up for this. I remember this.
Oh.
Yeah, with Frank Skinner.
So Ryan this week is going to choose his film, and he's got to argue his case for why it should be buried in
should
the
do this
pits
again.
of hell forever. Ryan.
So, just so you know, Room 101, if you haven't seen it,
Yeah,
it's a show where, well, don't worry, but it's a show where...
I've got your back, Liam. It's fine.
It's okay. It's okay.
We got this.
We're so nervous. Frank Skinner has celebrity guests on, and they all... So there's a certain topic like food. 3 of the guests will say, I don't like bananas, I don't like apples, and they have to argue a case for it to be sent into Room 101, where it will never be seen again. That's the concept of the show. So for our show, we're doing a feature for films. So the films that we really hate, we're going to put forward a film every week to be sent into Room 101, into hell. And the other 2 people, even if they agree with the person who's arguing...
That's why it's so pointless. That's
so
why it's the
pointless.
most pointless idea
It's
ever
most
thought of.
pointless ever.
I think we'll just try to think of any features we could
Yeah.
because we wanted to seem really good, but obviously it wasn't.
Arguing against the film, they have to defend the film, no matter what. And that
Yeah.
will be interesting.
Yeah.
So for my film that I've chosen for the first week, I've chosen Titanic.
Mm.
That enthusiasm. Oh God,
Very
spectacular.
famous film, of course. Why? Can I ask?
Well, among the many problems I have with it, it has no characterization and structure, in my opinion. This just conjures up the image of like 3 people sitting with like the Telegraph, like
Yeah.
in a drawing room, like
I
sipping
can picture
tea.
us in like Robbie Collins shirts.
Yeah,
Like,
like,
wearing the white shirt with the big beard. And we're
Yeah.
just sitting there around a coffee table going,
one of us writing out
the
a screenplay.
characterization is just shocking.
Yeah.
Shallow and pedantic.
There's such a long build-up in the first hour of the film that you just
Just
skip
not
all of it. I
care
want to hear
about
the
the character
defense.
of Rose.
One of
Why are we even talking about Titanic?
I don't know.
Yep.
I wouldn't say Terran, I'd say Foreman.
And I think I have the one thing what you can all agree on, no matter how much you hate Titanic.
I think you've missed it.
Who was the true star? And
This is
you
a
just,
good one.
you're forgetting just the love story and
I'll go
everything.
back.
you know,
I'll go
how
back. This is
powerful-
amazing. Disaster porn. Yeah, because it's got no visceral
I remember
quality that
this-
gives
this was
emotional
amazing.
strength.
Yeah, because none of us actually
Yeah.
like it that much.
No.
So Joe was doing it through gritted teeth.
Yeah.
I wrote that it must have been something like, Joe, just pretend, and you're like,
Any of the deaths.
Why do you
care,
hang
just
out with
don't
us?
care. It's like, oh look, another person's
So-
dead. Oh look, he's smashed himself off a piece of wood. He's dead too. You just don't care. I mean, it's decent enough. Okay, it's very stylish at times, and the legendary scene in the water is pretty effective. Okay, but after seeing so many people over the years call it groundbreaking, and many best of lists have it in the top 10. I think
don't
it's
really
time
know.
for the hype to end, okay, and die forever, and expose it for the truly average film it is, because it is nothing special.
Well,
Jim
Oh,
Cameron.
okay,
just
Ryan.
how are you going to
Stairs.
fight that?
Well, Ryan, yeah, this is the thing. This is James Cameron's masterpiece.
Are you forgetting Aliens, my friend?
I'm trying my best. Okay, no, this is a film that I just don't know how you can't love at all. I mean, it's such a heartbreaking
I
story.
just told you.
Such a heartbreaking story. You got Billy Zane, who's not bald in this film. Fully had Billy Zane,
That's a rarity, isn't it?
dreamy,
Jesus.
and there's the contrast between him and Leonardo DiCaprio. Then the class thing, obviously, that's
Yeah.
going on as she goes lower
I thought
decks
that was
and
just really-
dances. And you just, you're forgetting just the love story and everything. How
But it's
powerful.
such a contrasting
Ryan,
Titanic
love
was.
story.
Let him speak. You
You're
had your turn.
powerful.
Yes. I'll let him speak.
It's a
Nothing's
tragic love
changed.
story, and obviously there's so much in it that I love. And
You're tearing up. Are
It
you?
should be said at this point that Joe doesn't think these things.
Wait for me to go and spoil it. Like.
we
I think-
don't
I
ruin
think
it.
most people really understood the concept here.
and of course, being James Cameron, I mean, who can forget? You know, as of now, the second, like most, like what is it?
Highest grossing
highest
film
grossing
ever.
film
Behind Avatar.
behind Avatar, which is also James Cameron's, to show how much of a genius director
Another
he is.
overhyped film, which we'll get to in a couple of weeks.
And and it's such a heartbreaking story. I love Titanic so much. I love the sex scenes that you call cheesy. I call very powerful.
Passionate.
With passionate, the hand on the window and
Iconic film moment
and
there.
you know the steam.
The steam.
And
Is that where steam started?
That might be
It
where
might be.
because it's evolved like steam.
Steam?
Yeah.
Oh god, it's beginning, see it.
at the ending, it's so powerful, as you know, she has that jewel that, you know, the person Bill Paxton has been searching for his entire life, practically, and she just drops it off the end of the boat to be with Titanic and Jack. You know,
That's a
I
true
mean,
love story. The
that's
jewel and the
true love.
Titanic.
That's totally not a really bad thing to do. You know, that's true love. And
Are you tearing up, sure?
yep.
I wouldn't say tearing, I'd say foaming.
And I think I have the one thing what you can all agree on, no matter how much you hate Titanic,
Mm.
who was the true star of Titanic?
Whitney Houston.
The boat?
Propeller guy.
Oh,
Propeller guy. See his face just light up there?
Yeah, so
Everybody loves
Uh-huh.
Propeller guy. You know, the guy hits the propeller,
Yeah, I know
starts
he's,
spinning.
he's amazing.
And he's the true star of Titanic, I think, and he gives in such a perfect performance, you know, just spinning around non-stop and hitting it
I think
just
it's
bang on,
It's such a heartbreaking moment.
you know. And it's a real testament to the travesty that was Titanic.
A real life travesty as
Yep.
well.
Yep, certainly.
You got anything
Well-
to say, Liam? Certainly.
No, I'm gonna mediate.
The banner.
Oh,
the
the
banner.
bands is so heavy.
You
in
can
this-
see where we're getting from now, can't you?
I'm not gonna give my opinion. I'm just gonna critique you both.
Okay.
I don't see why anybody cares at this point.
So,
Should we just skip it to the end? And
yeah,
see,
make sure you don't miss the ending.
Actually, this is pretty much the end.
Titanic,
never, ever be
Titanic
forgotten.
sank, but did the
No, I know,
worst thing happen?
I know, but I'm saying it's a real life story, as in it sank. I don't mean
I
so
don't
it
think
will
the
be
love story
remembered
happened.
forever.
There's some
Because-
things that happened. I don't know about the captains, like... What,
Oh, yes,
what was
see,
the
the
big thing about the
captain was
boats?
There wasn't
I'm-
enough lifeboats.
Yeah, and there was like...
Women and
How did
children
we get off
first.
this
It's been heavily
far
criticised.
topic?
Yeah.
Heavily criticised.
Well,
it
it has.
seems fair, doesn't it?
Well, It does, but
He
and
just-
because it was the workers, they were getting on the boats as well. That was the big controversy.
oh yeah,
You know, all the workers, all the staff.
I
So
prefer,
it was technically women and children and workers first.
I prefer James Cameron's earlier work.
I'll
Aliens,
never
Terminator,
disrespect James Cameron because he made Terminator,
Terminator 2,
and he made
just
Aliens, probably my
phenomenal
favorite action film ever.
action films. Even Andrei Tarkovsky liked the Terminator.
What?
Mm.
Seriously,
Oh, yeah, he
he
did.
thought that was a
he
very
did
good
that.
film.
Today we learn things.
and that's what the show's all about.
Yep.
It's not really, but
No,
if
So you
you've
might
got-
learn some. Today you learn things, but probably not.
There's only 11 seconds left. I just literally say goodbye.
I think
Things
so.
about us and how much of an asshole we all are.
I suppose that's true. If you've got any film suggestions,
You said asshole? God, did we not cut that out?
Asshole, what?
You said asshole?
Oh.
do drop us a tweet, LRJ Film Show on Twitter, because we'd love to hear from you.
But
We
Joe
don't
will never see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Yeah, if you've seen any of the films we've discussed
hasn't.
today, do get in touch with us. We'd love to hear from you.
drama like one of your French girls, Jack.
God, oh God,
Just
yeah.
think of that. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's my night ruined. I think.
What was I gonna do? what was my plans? It's ruined.
Enjoy that.
Right, this must be the end. For some reason, it's like ticked over. I don't know how
That's
long.
it.
I don't know how long
And that is it.
I think that's it for the first week.
Excellent.
For a first show, I think we've done an okay
Yeah, I
job.
love it when a plan comes together.
We've done okay.
Fuck's sake. You're an absolute prick.
Just kill me.
Just kill me. An actual prick.
There's actually still quite a bit left. I don't know why it said there was.
Then.
We're back Friday. This was just a one-off. We're going to be back on Friday because it's much better to fit all the films in, isn't it? Tonight we're going to see Babadook Babadook.
And tomorrow, Fury.
Tomorrow, Fury.
Really excited for the Babadook.
Didn't get a chance to talk about Harmontown today. I might talk about that next week. Might also be able to talk about The Judge and Jimmy all is by my side, but we'll just see how we go for time.
Nope.
And I think that pretty much wraps us up for the week, gentlemen.
Yep.
It's been a pleasure, Ryan and Joe.
Thank you very much.
And me, Liam.
It's so formal.
We'll see you next week.
Cheerio.
It ends. So, yeah, that was it.
That was it. Yeah, that was the podcast. Our first ever podcast.
Don't I hear the start of yours?
Oh,
Because the plan was we were going to do like
God, I don't want to. I don't want.
the plan was that we were going to like alternate between us.
Yeah.
Uh,
Never realised that you're much better as a host than anyone.
we gave
God.
up. You did episode 2 and episode 4. The Interstellar one is so like the entire thing is scripted, like the whole thing.
Because that was a Nolan retrospective,
Yeah.
to be fair.
Yeah, but it was really really scripted and forced. And I hadn't seen any Nolan like.
Play that intro first. Just play the intro. The Interstellar one.
Oh,
Before I play the worst one. Welcome to the film show. We're Liam, Ryan and Joe.
you do the same thing as me with the voice.
Yeah, I'm Liam, Ryan and Joe. Our 4th episode already.
Yay.
Yeah, I cannot believe it. I'm taking the host chair this week for what will be... It'll be the first ever regular thing. It'll be
I can see why we don't do
No,
it.
I can see why. Every now and then, when a film comes out from a particularly prolific director, we'll do a sort of, a brief
Mike's too
review of every
quiet.
one of their films, of major films, and a retrospective on their.
We didn't do it any.
We didn't do
No.
any more films, including the newest film review, of course, but that'll come last, obviously, because it's the most recent film.
Wow, exciting.
So we're starting the series with Christopher Nolan because of a certain large film release
Oh yeah.
called Interstellar.
You had a fucking
As ever, we've got
two-side
with me, the
piece of
prolific
paper
Liam Milburn.
that you
Oh, hang on.
literally had. Just like,
You've just called me. You just called me prolific.
Go back, what? Welcome to the film show. We're
No,
Liam,
I-
Ryan and Joe.
No,
Our 4th episode. Welcome to the film show. We're Liam,
Ah.
Ryan and Joe. Film show. We're
Stop
Liam-
it! Stop it! Right.
I'll go back. Welcome to the film show.
Ah!
Welcome to the film show. Liam, Ryan and Joe.
Woo! I don't know why it's doing this. Oh, we've not got to listen to the whole thing again, have we? Right. I'm just
Welcome
gonna
to
just keep talking while it gets
Yeah.
to that point. I
oh,
don't know why.
film show, Liam Ryan Show.
You can see why I was steering like this, like, dear
Yeah.
God.
Film show, Liam Ryan Show.
That said, though, I was bad back then as well. Like it's. I think I've just.
Yeah.
We've just found the natural
Yeah,
rules.
the rhythm.
The one who keeps it all together. The one who
Put this back.
does the plots, and then
I'm glad I never got the host.
Including the newest film review, of course.
You would
but
have been
that'll come
amazing.
last, obviously, because it's the most recent film. So we're starting the series with Christopher Nolan because of a certain large film release
You
called
should have hosted.
Interstellar. As ever, we've got with me the prolific Liam Milburn.
Thank you for prolific. I like
Yeah,
that.
how are you today?
I'm good, thanks.
oh, I don't like sitting. I like sitting on that side. Just doesn't seem right to me.
I'm even better now.
And the effervescent Joe.
Fucking what?
What does that mean?
What is effervescent?
I'm gonna Google it now.
I think it means bubbly.
What did you say?
You
Like,
said effervescent.
Effervescent means like bubbly. And
Yeah.
like, oh god.
Joe, would you consider yourself effervescent?
Joe is what effervescent
I'm a
is,
bubbly
yeah.
character. That's me.
If I had to put effervescent into a person, it'd be Joe.
Well, there you go.
Bubbly as fuck.
Oh
Right.
God, keep it going.
Let's play on a bit longer.
And Donka.
Thank you. What does that even mean?
That's for you to find out and me to know,
Oh, fantastic.
Mr. Joe.
Let's just we'll give it a little bit longer.
So, Liam, I think you've got something to say.
Yeah. Thanks to everybody who's listened so far
Nobody
to the first 3, and thanks for the nice feedback.
didn't get any.
And if you want to get in touch with the show, you can do on several different platforms now. We've got Facebook, Twitter, Mixcloud, SoundCloud, and there's going to be a blog soon on Blogger. So, and
There
for
wasn't.
all of those,
There was, but I didn't do very
Oh, yeah.
much on it. I did do some stuff for it, but I
Yeah.
didn't do much.
it's LRJ Film Show on the attached name thing. So go and find out all
So
those.
we're invading every orifice of the internet.
Yeah. Some of the fucking things you say, like.
Orifice? Orifice? Really?
Why?
You can't get away from us. Should we do a subreddit?
Yeah, let's do a sub.
Oh, I did do a
Yeah, we did.
but
We kept it in jail for quite a while.
we didn't do much with it, did we?
No.
We were expecting it to be sort of hive activity. Like everyone would be like, anything you want to drop in the show, give it a post. It was just us, wasn't it? It was
Yeah,
just
just-
our
just us.
posts.
And Eddie.
Yeah. Cheers, Eddie.
Oh,
Subreddit.
that'd be good.
I think
And
we'll
the
do,
hate
we'll do
download and
a,
everything.
so
Subreddit. r/LRJ film show. I think that speaks for itself. Am I right?
I think that'd be quite good. Look out for
Excellent.
that. Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
Back to you.
Right, so
Back to you in the studio, Ryan.
back to you. Alright, just play until we get the film and then play the horrible one. Christopher Jonathan James Nolan.
Oh, no.
Oh no, we can't. No,
Really?
no.
We're gonna go into full character biography here. No.
No.
Right, I want to play the.
Oh god,
right,
this is the worst.
I'm not gonna do
Oh.
any more. I'm gonna play at the start of your first one because I think it's hilarious. This one took ages. If you remember, this one took a long time to do, just because it was just getting it right. I'm a perfectionist.
I can't. I'm not ready to hear this. I'm not ready to hear this. I'm not.
I want to hear this.
You can hear it when it goes out, when it goes on the Mixcloud.
Yeah, alright.
Alright, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, this one took ages because I don't. It just did.
I
But
don't want to know.
You'll be pleased to hear you didn't carry on with what I did and do the whole hello moment to the. I think yours is maybe worse. Let's just.
Mine's terrible. Hello everybody, and welcome to the film show with Liam, Ryan, and Joe.
He actually went round the room.
I hate
pointed at us.
I hate it. I hate myself. I hate everything about myself. I'm Ryan Monty, and I'm joined as ever by Liam Milburn, who may or may not have invented the frisbee.
What?
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 I don't. What?
Why? It also.
Lee random.
It doesn't make. It doesn't make. I'm
It's like I'm on a paddle show.
I'm glad we do it the way it is because you can't go Ryan Liam Joe. Right?
Yeah,
It's just
It's
no.
Liam,
Yeah.
Ryan, and Joe. Say that,
Yeah.
Joe. You're last.
Well, it was. It just like
Sit in your corner,
That's so
like a good boy.
mean.
the way it worked. I just felt like it made more sense.
Yeah.
And I love myself.
How are you this afternoon, Liam?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good, yeah. And Roman Jonga,
I'm good. Yeah. Cheers.
who may or may not be Martin Scorsese's preferred casting choice as background gangster number one. How are you this afternoon, Joe?
I'm good.
Excellent.
Okay.
Same with the first one. We actually let this happen. We actually let
Holy
this.
God, the cringe.
Genuinely, man.
The cringe. I can't.
What the fuck?
Ryan.
Did you prepare these? Did you have? Did you? Did,
Yeah, like-
Yeah, you know,
you woke-
you were in bed, right? You were in bed and you woke up and you thought, yeah, oh, it's crack of that.
It's like it's 3:30 in the morning. You go. That's
Do you know,
genius."
I wrote these down. This was scripted. These jokes were scripted.
Your patter is shit.
If your patter was water, you'd be swimming.
Today is Halloween, everybody.
Woo! Yeah.
Scary time of year. Yeah, spooky, scary time of year. So today we've got a special shorter episode.
It wasn't the shorter, really.
wasn't shorter.
Oh, it was
No.
on for ages.
So today we're going to be speaking about 3 of our favourite horrors of all time. And then on Monday we'll have a proper
You
episode
sound like a
with our
fucking
reviews
kid
of
show host.
Today, children, we're going to talk about Batman. Are you excited to talk about Batman, kids?
Yes.
Yes.
You sound like you belong on fucking CBeebies. Today, children.
It's really weird.
split. Films that are out this time of year, but not horror films.
But not.
Just general
It's
films.
like the reason.
And at the end of the show, we've got our top 5 favourite films of the year so far, and the top 3 we're most excited for the rest of the year in the build-up to Interstellar and our Chris Nolan's.
Does it end with da-da-da? No,
Yeah,
let's listen out.
special. Please
It
do
is.
get involved, even though this is a shorter episode. We are LRJ Film Show, so at LRJ Film Show on Twitter, and lrjfilmshow@gmail.com if you want to email us something. So I think we're going to start with something Liam has to say. Yo, Jay, Liam got something to say,
I'm not really a horror fan in particular.
which is perfectly fine.
Good. I just don't care. I mean, I've seen most of the horrors I've seen are like recent horrors, so you know kind of something like Saw.
I haven't even seen Saw all the way through. I've just seen bits of it. I just don't like it. It's horrible.
Just kind of rubbish like that, like not real filmmaking.
Damn, not real filmmaking.
Get out. Get on my level.
Fuck me, man.
Bloody Millie Scorsese over there.
I'm actually crying.
Right, I don't want to listen to much more. I want to go
No.
home soon.
Let's hear the outro.
Let's hear how it finished.
Fuck end it.
So, before we end the show, I think Joe wants to plug something. Don't you?
Do I?
Joe.
Yes, film for this Sunday.
Do you work for Film 4? Are you plugging Film 4?
I think it's at 12 o'clock. Starting.
PM or AM?
Yeah. PM.
That's a good question. It's a
good question, actually,
It's a reasonable question. Not like anybody cares, but
starting a run of a Korean director called
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Soo Hong.
and playing loads of his films.
Tried my hardest to
and,
pronounce the name,
It starts
didn't,
with In
fucked it
Another
up.
Country with Isabel Huppert. So that'll be very good. I
With
frankly, I
Huppert?
cannot wait for the day he arrives, whenever that's playing. But that, I advise anybody to please watch them.
It's only at one
because,
side.
I haven't seen them yet, but I'm very interested in seeing them because he's going to be a very good Korean director. So
Said that right.
Okay, so please do watch that if you're interested.
It's like it feels like you have a kid
Please
shows.
do watch that, children.
Foreign cinema. We will be talking about it, okay? As we said, one of the very first things.
We will be.
We'll
talking
also
about
be baking
Okay.
a cake, children. It'll be lovely and nice. It'll have a film reel on top of it.
We will cover
Would you like
all
that?
of cinema as much as we can.
Which we can.
Cinema,
yeah.
TV. If we can physically watch it, if you want to watch it even, so please do get in touch if you've got any suggestions.
Fucking hell!
Yeah,
You sound
please
so
do get involved. Okay, if you have
condescending.
any opinions whatsoever, anything you think we can improve, anything you want to see, okay, at LRJ Film Show on Twitter, lrjfilmshow@gmail.com on email.
Should say
So-
thank you to everyone who listened to the first
Exactly,
one.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
thanks for the nice feedback
We will
I've had.
thrive on our listeners, okay?
What does that even mean?
We are
If
so
you like the
desperate.
show, we like the show, okay? It is all about you.
It sounds like you want to fucking hug everybody. You're like trying to console you. It's alright. It'll be fine. Fucking hell,
Oh
man.
God.
I cannot like.
You and us, okay? We're in this together.
This together. It's a fucking radio show.
It wasn't even a radio show at the time. It was literally just the
This is a podcast, not your fucking Captain Phillips. Like, we're in this together. I'm right. We're in this together. We're in me and you, person in the car. We can do this.
Right, there's only a little bit left. Let's see if any.
That's really cheesy, but we are,
What
okay?
It was cheesy. Correct.
was
What a way
really
to end
bad.
the
See you
show.
Monday,
Full
everybody.
on cheddar.
See you Monday.
It has got better. Surely, reassure me, it has got better since then, hasn't it?
Yeah,
I
hopefully.
think so.
Maybe. Don't know. Which podcast is it where I do the pub singer?
Pub singer.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when we used to start the show with impressions?
Oh
Oh no!
Oh, yeah.
the McConaughey one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, try a random start of the episode, like quickly.
Oh god, I don't know if I want to.
It's funny.
I don't know, the pub singer one. There's so many good. Well, that's why on the actual anniversary in October we'll have to go through like all of them. Like we'll have to find the best parts, like the Brendan
guess
reading,
at about 11.
Nobody needs to.
No, actually, that's the Spark shows.
the
Yeah.
dramatic reading of Brendan.
Nah.
Oh, that was actually quite late on, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was like one of the final podcasts. What film might have been talking about?
Well, it's
Well,
something to do with Matthew McConaughey.
Well, we're in this room, so it wouldn't be any of these because that was when we did it in Studio 3.
Something to do with
Ooh.
Matthew
I
McConaughey.
didn't know this.
Alright.
Oh,
this
it
is it.
is.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh, go on then.
This is horrible.
Okay, ready?
Alright. Welcome to the film show. I'm Matthew McConaughey. I'm joined today by Christopher Walken. How are you, Chris?
I'm fine.
I can't do one. I can't do one. One's hard. I can't do one.
I'm also joined by Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, you know, it's a good show. Can't wait for it.
Alright, great. Okay, yeah. So we're not really those people.
Great. Banter.
Great.
Banter does.
Pants. Amazing pants. Let's see if that went on for another episode.
I don't want to. I want to go home.
Yeah.
That
Oh
is.
god, we'll do more in October.
We actually spent time in freshers year of university, like coming in every week and doing that.
Yeah.
It was all for fun and bands.
Yeah,
It was
it's
all
just
for the bants
fun.
and the nuggy, as Joe says.
Well, there you go.
The
I hope you enjoyed that just as much as we did.
That was
We were so appalling, but there you go.
yeah.
I think if we'd gave up,
We were
like-
the opposite of DJ Fresh.
I swear
Yeah.
to God. As soon as I get home, I'm going to the fucking bath and flinging the toaster in.
if we didn't continue doing it, even though it was bad, like if we did stop doing it, we wouldn't be here right now. We'd be doing nothing. So
Oh man.
Oh yeah, well we've got the podcast to be thankful for, and the podcast
Yeah.
still exists because you're listening to it right now.
yeah,
You fuckers. So
so nice.
you can't say that on air.
You can't. You can't know.
This is why Blue Peter died.
Let's stick a song in at the end and we'll go home.